Wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your Sacrifice pay-per-view main event of the evening.
The World's Heavyweight Championship on the line. Three-way bout. Yes, first pin. First submission wins the match and wins the title. Christian connects with the low blow.
And now he's going to set him up for the unprettier. He's worked it all. He's got a pin right there. Eagle's got the ankle lock.
Kurt had a hold on me, and he was trying to dislocate my ankle at the same time, and the pain was excruciating. And I just held it as long as I could.
What just happened?
I could have sworn that I heard Sting tap out first.
Kurt Angle just won the World Championship.
I don't know what came first, my tap or the 1, 2, 3. Something doesn't seem right about the whole thing.
To me, Don, it looked like a dead heat.
This is why I came to TNA. This is the most coveted prize in pro wrestling. And I promise you, nobody's going to take this away from me.
Sunday's Sacrifice pay-per-view, including the unique situation in the three-way World's Heavyweight Championship match involving Christian Cage, Sting, and Kurt Angle.
It was a once-in-a-lifetime pay-per-view that saw Kurt Angle holding the championship belt in the end. And on that note, let's start off Impact with the Olympic gold medalist.
Jim Cornette on TNA Today at TNAWrestling.com announced that our worldwide expansion has led to the necessity of recognizing a TNA World Heavyweight title from this point forward. And wait until you see the brand new TNA World Heavyweight title belt in the possession of the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. And Don, what a unique situation last Sunday in Sacrifice. Not only the wrestlers, but the fans, the announcers, and even the referees had dissenting opinions.
Mike, it was an incredible finish to an incredible match. But in the end, Kurt Angle was able to apply the ankle lock on Sting and force him to tap out.
You know, we discussed this. We realized we had two different vantage points. You were looking with the naked eye. I was watching the TV monitor. I'm convinced that Sting pinned Christian Cage. And I think it's a case of two people watching the same thing and drawing different conclusions and having dissenting opinions.
In less than 8 months, I did what I said I was gonna do. Up until last night, I won every single title there is to win in pro wrestling. Except for the most coveted prize in pro wrestling, and that is this title right here. I stand here, head and shoulders above the rest, as your new TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Oh, it's me.
We said earlier that wrestlers, fans, announcers, and even referees had differing views. Something tells me that Sting is not on the same page as Kurt Angle.
As Slammiversary approaches this June in Nashville, Tennessee, Mike, the closest parallel I can draw to what happened Sunday at Sacrifice was the famous NFL play, the Music City Miracle, where Tennessee Titans Frank Whitehead on the final score of the game threw the ball across the field to his teammate, and yes, it was controversial, but it led to the TD.
You know, I've watched that Music City Miracle live. I've seen it replayed 1,000 times. Every time I see it, I thought that was a forward pass from Whitehead.
I'll admit, you had me in the ankle lock, and you made me tap. I'll admit it. Kurt Angle made me tap. The only thing is, I had Christian Cage covered for 1, 2, 3, and it hurt bad enough that I don't know how long I had him covered, but it seemed like it was a while, and I don't know what happened first, the tap or the 1, 2, 3. So for you to take the title away from the referee and march back like You're the new world heavyweight champion. The whole thing is pretty vague to me. There's a big fat question mark right over it.
Well, as Paul Harvey would say, now you know the rest of the story, and here comes Christian Cage.
Kurt and Sting, you guys pride yourself on always doing the right thing. Well, you know something? So do I. So here we stand after Sacrifice, and we find ourselves in a bit of a quandary, don't we? You two both think that you have a legitimate claim to being the world champion. Me? I see it like this. The TNA rulebook states that in a title match, if there's any sort of indecision with no clear-cut winner, the title automatically stays with the champion.
I didn't know that.
And that champion is Christian Cage. So the right thing to do is for me to walk down to that ring, step through those ropes, and strap that title back around the waist of the real champion.
Excuse me, Christian.
TNA Management's Jim Cornette.
If you think I've been screwing you up to now, you better stay tuned because it's fixing to get better.
Sounds to me like the plot is about to thicken.
We're going to settle some things here. Christian, there was a lot of controversy about what happened last Sunday at Sacrifice, but one thing is certain above all else. At the end of that match, you were flat on your back.
That's a fact.
You are not the world heavyweight champion. Sting, I have all the respect in the world for you and the way that you stayed with that big combination on Christian Cage, even while Kurt Angle had you in the ankle lock. It was tremendous, but in the end, you tapped out.
That's what I saw.
You're not the world heavyweight champion. This world heavyweight championship, this title belt signifying the best in TNA. Christian, it's not yours. Sting, it's not yours. Kurt, it's not yours either.
What? What?
Let me explain something. I want a franchise ball player in TNA. I want somebody who stands out undisputed as the man, as the top dog. I want a money ball player. And if you guys aren't hungry enough to deliver, then maybe we need to bring some new blood into this mix.
New blood?
Maybe we need to advance the equation. I see guys on this roster that are hungry. Guys on this roster that want to go to the top. I see guys like Rhino that's mowing down the competition. I see guys like Samoa Joe that mows down the competition. Well, let me tell all of you this. With all due respect to what you've accomplished, there's not going to be a glass ceiling in TNA like in some of these other wrestling organizations.
Hold on a second, Jimmy. Hold on 1 second. Every single guy you just named, including these two, I have already beaten.
Then you shouldn't have a problem beating them again.
Put him in his place.
So here's the deal. I'm going to take you three, you superstars, and I'm going to add the two guys I just mentioned, and we're going to add 5 more. The 10 best names, 10 best stars in TNA. And starting tonight, for the next 5 weeks until Slammiversary, right here on Impact, we're going to have qualifying matches. The 5 winners of those matches go to a King of the Mountain match at Slammiversary, and the winner of that, and by gum, there will be a winner of that. He will be the top dog, the man, head and shoulders above the rest. He will be the TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
And that's how we're going to settle it.
Gentlemen, I've said this a lot, but it means more now than it ever has. May the best man win.
How about that? Christian, Angle, Sting, Rhino, Samoa Joe set for qualifying matches. But who will their opponents be? And who else gets a chance to prove they belong in the world title picture? It's Mike Tenay, Don West at ringside, and we now know that TNA's 5-year anniversary event, Slammiversary, on June 17 from Nashville, Tennessee, to be headlined by 5 men competing in the King of the Mountain match to determine the TNA World's Heavyweight Champion.
I mean, think about it, Mike. Starting tonight for the next 5 weeks, we're going to see the King of the Mountain match take shape as the best in TNA are going to fight for the opportunity at Slammiversary to become the world champion.
Nashville, we're coming home. Let's send it to JB with the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels.
Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels, even though you have not had much to say over the last 6 months, maybe you could explain this to us. Last Sunday night at Sacrifice, Rhino busted you wide open. Now, just days later, you've requested an open invitational first blood match. Please explain the logic in this.
Logic? There's no logic. There are actions, and there are consequences. Sting understands consequence, even if he won't admit it.
Sting, what does this have to do with Sting?
5 years of epic battles, 5 years of amazing moments and unforgettable memories. This is the event that is 5 years in the making. Over the next 5 weeks, TNA Wrestling looks back at Slammiversary's greatest moments.
And welcome back to the Impact Zone. Check out the demeanor of Eric Young among his friends, the TNA fans. And there's the new TNA mascot, Stomper.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number 1 first. From Hill, Michigan, the TNA X-Division Champion, Chris Sabin. And his tag team partner from Detroit, Michigan, Alex Shelley.
Last Sunday at Sacrifice, Chris Sabin retained his X-Division Championship. But you recall, Don, later at that event, both he and his tag team partner, Alex Shelley, were embarrassed by Mr. Backlund.
And their opponents first from Minneapolis, Minnesota, Dream Lynn. His tag team partner from Tokyo, Japan, Tiger Mask.
They were opponents on Sunday in the full-weight X-Division matchup at Sacrifice, but tag team partners tonight. It's the X-Division pioneer, Jerry Lynn, joining New Japan's Tiger Mask in his Impact debut. Tiger Mask, a character which originated in Japanese cartoons, has been a part of wrestling in the Orient for over a quarter of a century. This is the 4th man to proudly wear the famous mask, and he was trained by the original Tiger Mask, Satoru Sayama, as the X-Division champ. Chris Sabin starts it off against the X-Division pioneer, Jerry Lynn.
Speaking of the X-Division champion, Chris Sabin, Mike, let's go back to when Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley came down that ramp. You saw that book in Chris Sabin's hands. That book, Bob Backlund's book that they stole from him. A book that Bob Backlund takes everywhere he goes. And he writes down crazy things or something in it we don't know. But I do know this. Since Alex Shelley and Sabin got it, he's been infuriated.
Slammiversary coming up in the month of June, Nashville, Tennessee. King of the Mountain match to determine the TNA World's Heavyweight Champion. And Don, it's huge. Tickets go on sale this Saturday for Slammiversary in Nashville.
Tell you what you can do if you're in Nashville. Go to the ticket office at Municipal. You're going to see Jeff Jarrett, James Storm, Tracy Brooks, Eric Young, myself, and many others as will be there as you can get tickets, and you want to get them fast starting at 10 o'clock Saturday the 19th.
Boy, you're right. Municipal Auditorium box office, all Ticketmaster outlets, Ticketmaster.com as well. Be there from 10 to noon for the autograph session, your chance to get up close and personal. Well, sort of like Sabin and Shelley are doing. Maybe not that close to up close and personal with the stars of TNA.
You see Alex Shelley right now getting himself into the ring, facing Tiger Mask like he did it. Sacrifice, and I'll tell you something, how impressive was Tiger Mask. What a matchup it was of some of the great X-Division stars.
Watch the double team now. Lynn and Tiger Mask shoot Shelley off into the corner. First, it's Lynn connecting with the dropkick. Now he's going to elevate his own partner, Tiger Mask, with a dropkick. kick directed to the chest.
Beautiful teamwork right there by Lynn and Tiger Mask. As you can see, one right after another, and then standing moonsault as it hits the chest of Alex Shelley. He goes for the pin, but he doesn't get it.
You're right, Tiger Mask, a pin attempt on Shelley, but Shelley able to power out before the 3 count. Watch the tilt-a-whirl into the backbreaker by Tiger Mask.
Wow, what momentum Tiger Mask and Jerry Lynn have right there. And I'll tell you something. When I think about Sacrifice, I'm telling you folks, check TNAWrestling.com. Check with your pay-per-view providers, but get the replay because it was one of the most exciting from top to bottom pay-per-views you will ever have seen in your lifetime, and you don't want to miss it.
Smart move there by Shelley, taking Tiger Mask to the side of the ring, to the corner, hooked the top rope, and then from outside behind the back of the referee, Sabin just drilled Tiger Mask in the back with the drop kick. In Tiger Mask, you're looking at an individual who is a 3-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. How about that move that sends Jerry Lynn out to the floor?
Well, one thing we've noticed here recently between Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley is just how cohesive they are, how well they work together. I mean, you don't like them, you don't like the way they conduct themselves, the way they take cheap shots like that. But one thing about it, they have a continuity about them that you don't see very often with two people.
I want to remind you to text TNA to 76,000. It's a 1-week free trial membership to TNA Mobile. Exclusive video, the latest behind-the-scenes news. TNA Mobile. Text TNA to 76,000.
Wow, what a kick to the back right there by Tiger Mask. Oh, Chris Sabin comes right in and lets him have it. Then Jerry Lynn, but wow, what a shot to the back of the head of Chris Sabin.
Spinning neck breaker by Lynn, but then you'll notice that Shelley overpowers him, takes him overhead, but Shelley gets caught in the head with the Tiger Mask kick.
Man, the action just gets heated up and heated up here in the X Division. And Tiger Mask going up high. Oh, misses. Nobody home.
Went for the diving headbutt off the top. Shelley able to roll out of the way. Sabin measures him, catches him with the mule kick. Oh, then the super kick, and then the double kick by both Sabin and Shelley.
Incredible combination. That's what I was talking about. How good they work together and how vicious was that. Got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley.
Tag team action on Impact, and the victory goes, yes, to the X Division title holder, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley. Tiger Mask got caught really unawares, and then the recipient of the double team move is Jerry Lynn. Checks on his fallen partner, and now come on, Shelley from behind, as well as Sabin with the double team after they've already won the match on the pioneer of the X Division, Jerry Lynn.
Oh, this is just absolutely uncalled for. Jerry Lynn gets out of the way, though, and he's able to make a comeback. Oh, he sends Sabin right into Alex Shelley.
Boy, nice comeback. You're not kidding, and here comes the cradle pile driver. Oh, man, Sabin caught him with the kick.
Oh, just kicked him right in the back of the head, and now there's nothing he can do, and Tiger Mask is still down, so he can't help.
Well, here comes Mr. Backlund.
Well, we know how angry he is at Sabin and Shelley ever since he took that book that he carries around with him everywhere. And look at Backlund, he's just fired up, and I'll tell you what, for a man who's almost 60 years old, I've never seen anybody in better shape.
Well, he cleared the ring last week on Impact. He did it as well at Sacrifice, but as he had Sabin up for his atomic drop, Shelley took him out at the legs.
Wait a minute. It's Black Machismo Jay Lethal.
Lethal on the offensive with the elbows for both Sabin and Shelley. How about a meeting of the minds right now?
Oh, he hits it perfectly, and you can see Shelley and Sabin fail.
To the rescue just in the nick of time as Black Machismo bails out both Mr. Backlund, yes, and Jerry Lynn. It's been over a month since we've seen the brutal meeting of Abyss. No one's been in contact with him, but James Mitchell searching for his replacement.
The professional wrestling business is an uncaring shark tank. Those who succeed follow Lex Talionis, the law of the jungle. Those who fail believe in concepts like love, honesty, kindness, compassion, and even guilt. If you don't believe me, just ask Abyss. Because despite all of my genius, despite my sterling advice, I couldn't change his basic nature. And he drove a nail into his own coffin. But now that Abyss is dead and buried, a non-factor, I'm going to replace him with a new creature. A creature who is an uncaring, cold, reptilian-brained killing machine. And now it's time to resurrect my original plan here in TNA. To unleash a destructive force that's going to carpet bomb TNA with a level of viciousness and brutality hitherto unseen.
This is the event that is 5 years in the making on Sunday, June 17th. TNA Wrestling returns to the place where it all began. Music City, USA, for the hottest pay-per-view of the summer, Slammiversary. Meet TNA stars Eric Young, Knockout Tracy Brooks, and Jeff Jarrett at the Municipal Auditorium box office when tickets go on sale Saturday, May 19th at 10 a.m. TNA Wrestling presents Slammiversary. Tickets are available at the box office and Ticketmaster.com.
Kevin Nash last Sunday night at Sacrifice. Sanjay Dutt kicked you in the back from behind when you weren't expecting it. What's going on?
I'll put it this way. I didn't come to talk today. I came to give that boy a receipt.
Hey, Kev. I know you've been looking for me. Can we talk?
Can you kick me any harder?
Kev, let's not dwell on the past. I mean, what I did was wrong, and I'm here to say I'm sorry. I apologize for it. I know. My emotions got the best of me. The adrenaline was pumping in my blood, and it was a big title match, and I'm sorry. You've done so much for me in my career, and I didn't even mind that I was outfit. It was awesome. And you've been like a father to me. You really have. And I shouldn't have done what I did, but I'm sorry.
Next time, I won't be so forgiving.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is an open challenge. First blood match. Introducing first from the City of Angels, he is the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
Sunday at Sacrifice in his matchup with Rhino, the fallen angel Christopher Daniels won the battle. Yes, he used the baseball bat, but he lost the post-match war with the attack from Rhino with the steel chair that bloodied him up. But I've got to ask, why would someone who bled as profusely as the fallen angel did at Sacrifice, why would he post an open challenge for a first blood match just a couple of days later?
And ladies and gentlemen, accepting the challenge accompanied to the ring by serotonin from the Bowery, Raven.
You know, I guess we really shouldn't be surprised that someone as sick and as demented as Raven would be the individual to accept this first blood match challenge by the fallen angel Christopher Daniels. And remember, you bleed, you lose.
Mike, I still think back to Sacrifice, and I think of that vision, that visual of Christopher Daniels bleeding after Rhino came back and smashed the chair to his face, back to the back. And remember when it was over, after we saw Christopher Daniels take the bat to Rhino, but remember him taking that blood and like forming like signs on his body. It was almost like he appreciated the blood coming down. It was just a weird feeling watching Christopher Daniels at Sacrifice.
And it looks like Raven has countered, well, the baseball bat with a kendo stick, and I think that's a screwdriver that he just tried to put in the head of Christopher Daniels that ended up getting stuck in the top turnbuckle.
Well, think if that would have hit some way at all. He goes to the leg right there. Wow, look how Christopher Daniels put his back to Raven to keep his head from getting hit and causing it to bleed.
Well, you're right. It's a pretty good defensive move if you think about it. And then he goes offensive with the STO to drive him right down to the mat. But yeah, he gave up his back to Raven when Raven had the steel chair because Raven hits Daniels in the head and he busted wide open, and Daniels would have lost this first blood match in the opening minute.
Well, you can see the bandage that Daniels has on the head, and anything that hits that, he's got to protect that in every way, and man, he just slams Raven's head to the chair. I still got that visual of that screwdriver sticking out of the turnbuckle. What if he would have connected with that?
No, it's still sitting there in the turnbuckle where it was jammed in by Raven when he tried to take it. Look at that shot. You know, in those conversations between Sting and the fallen angel Christopher Daniels, they were confusing as well. Sting said, "You're misinterpreting what I'm saying. You just don't understand." Blocked by Raven. This may be the opening that he needs. Wild shot there by Daniels. Oh, and Raven just takes him and powers him right down to the chair.
The back of the head, and you can see Raven looking at it, checking to see if it was bleeding. The back of the head of the fallen angel. Oh, look at what he's doing. He's busting the kendo stick in half, so it's got the jagged edges.
Oh, exactly. Going to use that as a weapon and try and drive that jagged edge right into the head of Daniels and open him up. And Daniels is doing everything within his power to block it.
Oh, look how close it is. It's getting to the space. He's trying to get it to the bandage right there. Oh, low blow by Daniels, but it was all he could do in defense.
Last-ditch effort by the fallen angel Christopher Daniels, and now he has picked up the jagged edge of that broken kendo stick, and an opportunity now for him to open up Raven and win this first blood match.
Oh, you can see it right there. He's going to blow it. He's trying to get right into the head. Oh, my putting it on and oh, Raven is busted open as they see the blood.
You're right, referee calls for the bell.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the first blood match, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels.
Now we questioned the logic in the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, with the open invitation to this first blood match. And now, you see that? Daniels just took the tape on his forehead.
Wow, look at this!
What?
Headbutting him right where his bandage was, Mike. Right where the bandage used to be. He's just headbutting him away, and I think he just busted himself open.
He did! He attacked Raven with the headbutts, and here come the members of Serotonin, Kaz Martyr, and Havoc. But how sick is that?
I don't know what is going on in this. You throw in the relationship with Sting, who stands for everything that is opposite of what Christopher Daniels is doing right now.
Wait a minute, the members of Serotonin now circling around Raven.
Oh, I mean, it's ought to be tournabout, ought to be fair play. I mean, we saw Raven make all of them assume the position as he raked them in the back with the kendo sticks, and now look at this. Raven says, I'll assume the position. That's what a leader's got to do.
Just as Kaz goes to hit him, you see that Martyr and Havoc step in the way. You know what? They're still sheep the way that they follow, the way that they obey Raven.
And it was almost like Raven knew it was going to happen. It was almost like Raven trusted that they would do the right thing. And now look at him just screaming in Kaz's ear. Oh, man, you can see the rebellion in Kaz. And he just keeps getting more embarrassed, and he's just paintbrushed.
Yeah, but Raven slaps him in the face, and then Kaz just pulled right up to him and got nose to nose with Raven.
Oh, you can see Kaz want. Look at this. Now he's imitating and mocking Raven.
Well, no contact made. Raven in the mind of Kaz. Let's send it to the back. Jeremy Borash standing by with Sting.
I am here with the icon Sting. Sting, your thoughts on the World Heavyweight title situation?
Same as they've always been. I'm not going anywhere. I've been around the block a few times, and you know what? If I have to qualify 3 or 4 times to do it, that's exactly what I'm going to do, JB.
Well, scuttlebutt is here backstage that Jim Cornette is going to announce who next week's matchup is going to be at the end of this program, Sting. Any ideas?
Sting, did you see that? Did you see that? I followed the path just like you told me. I'm doing everything just like you told me. Thank you so much. You were right. You were right.
No, I didn't. You know what? What are you talking? When I say to go this way, you go that way. I don't know what you. Look, I'm trying to help you, but I don't know how to help you.
Sting, when I needed guidance, you gave it to me, and now I'm fully committed to this path. Why aren't you committed to it?
I'm not committed to any path that I don't know what you're talking about. Look,
you don't know. Sting, look, once I was lost, but it seems like right now you're the one that's lost.
Eric Young is at home where I told him to be. Jeff Jarrett, when I beat you 1, 2, 3, Robert Roode is going to go from star to superstar.
He hits the strong gear, and you can feel it. Look at the emotion. Whoa, you can see Mitch Brooks pulls the referee out. What's in the hands of Robert Roode?
That's handcuff. Knockout.
Cut the exposed steel. Here comes the perfect flex, and no.
Look out. Oh, no, Jarrett has no idea.
Ready, and here comes Eric Young. And he stops her just in time. He's got her in the figure 4.
Now that's the way you bond with your friends. The Pied Piper of TNA, Eric Young, with the fans of TNA, circle the 6-sided ring, and boy, you can just see that smile on the face of Eric Young, and after what went down Sunday in Sacrifice, I can't blame him.
You know, Mike, we haven't seen that look on his face in so long. It's that look of relief. And even though the outcome wasn't what he wanted, when Jeff Jarrett got in the ring with Robert Roode, it's just you can sense that sense of freedom.
You know what? I forgot how good that felt.
Amen.
My good friend, Jeff Jarrett. Man, that sounds cool, right? My good friend, Jeff Jarrett.
Name dropping.
You know, he taught me something. He said, you got to believe in yourself and stand up for what you think's right. I can't thank him enough. But first and foremost, I got to thank each and every one of you guys.
And that's coming from the heart.
They've been behind him every step of the way, Mike.
You guys stood up for what you believe in. Me.
You hear the crowd chanting Super Eric because they have just adopted him as one of their own.
I stand in this ring in front of you guys tonight, a free man.
Free at last. Free at last. Thank your lucky stars, I'm free at last.
Finally, freedom, and now what? Robert Roode and Miz Brooks.
Buddy. You stay right there now. Don't you go nowhere.
Biggest victory of his career at Sacrifice.
Did I hear you right? Did you say that you're a free man? Did I hear you right? I mean, I can't really blame you. I mean, you did physically put your hands on me a few weeks ago. So, I mean, therefore I could very well take away the one thing that you love in your life. I could take away professional wrestling for breaking that contract. Or I could stand here before you, look you in your eyes and say, Eric Young, you're fired.
Again, just trying to assert that control that he's had over Eric Young.
But luckily for you, UI, the rules have changed.
Now what?
Because you see, you're still under contract to Robert Roode Incorporated, which means I still own you. And Jim Cornette came out here a couple weeks ago and threatened to sue me for what I've been doing to you over the last few months. And everybody knows that if he was going to sue me, he would have did something a long, long time ago. So, this is what we're going to do. I'm not going to take away professional wrestling. Hell, I'm not even going to fire you. But what I am going to do is give you a little bit of advice, Eric. I advise you to get yourself a good attorney.
Oh, what a control freak this guy is.
Because Robert Roode is going to sue you for every single solitary dime that you have to your pathetic name.
Oh, now, trying to hit him in a pocketbook.
How does it feel, Eric?
How does this feel?
Yeah, how does it feel?
I think I feel the same about this as probably everybody here does. Bob?
Bob? Oh!
Look at
Using the contract for toilet paper.
And they just threw it right back.
In Bob's face, and Robert Roode just clocked him with the right hand and now puts the boots to Eric Young. Look at those shots. Right hand after right hand to the head.
But how about the defiance of Eric Young? A side of him that we just haven't seen in so long. Not submissive to Robert Roode. He wants to let him know. Oh, look at this. And now he's ready to blows on.
Oh, yeah. All that frustration because he now feels the freedom. And then Miz Brooks trying to rake his eyes.
Oh, look at that look on his face. Miz Brooks still wearing that neck brace. Like we're buying that for... Oh, no! Oh, caught him from behind.
Can't turn your back on Robert Roode. That's what Eric Young did, and now he's going to pay for it.
Oh, you can see both of them putting the boots right to him. Oh, this is just... Wait a minute, it looks like Stomper has got up the ringside and he's making motions over there to Robert Roode. What on earth is Stomper thinking?
TNA's new mascot, Stomper, you're right, well, giving Bob a little bit of the business. What's this? This is one of the TNA fans as part of the Pied Piper entrance of Eric Young just passed in the steel chair.
Oh, you can see Robert Roode fly out of that ring as he realizes things go back to embarrassing. It must be for Robert Roode.
Robert Roode, Miz Brooks, they can't believe it. But I'll tell you what, Eric Young, he's got friends, TNA fans, and he's got Stomper. Ladies and gentlemen, starting tonight, and over the course of the next 5 weeks right here on Impact, we will have 5 main event qualifying matchups to determine who's in the King of the Mountain match at Slammiversary, because in June in Nashville, we're going to have a new TNA World's Heavyweight Champion.
And Mike, are you ready for this? Jim Cornette has just sent word that one of the 2 men qualifying tonight is the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle.
Wow!
This is your TNA Impact Feature Contest of King of the Mountain qualifying match. Scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the only Olympic gold medalist in professional wrestling history, Kurt Angle.
He needs a victory right here. This would be step number 1 on his road to the title. But who will stand in the way of the Olympic gold medalist? Ladies and gentlemen, the announcement of Kurt Angle's opponent and the opening bell.
years in the making. On Sunday, June 17th, TNA Wrestling returns to the place where it all began. Music City, USA, for the hottest pay-per-view of the summer, Slammiversary. Meet TNA stars Eric Young, Knockout Tracy Brooks, and Jeff Jarrett at the Municipal Auditorium box office when tickets go on sale Saturday, May 19th at 10 a.m. TNA Wrestling presents Slammiversary. Tickets are available at the box office and Ticketmaster.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, the opponent in this qualifying match is from Detroit, Michigan, the War Machine, Rhino!
Well, how about this? I believe for the first time ever, we're going to see the War Machine Rhino, yes, against the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. And how's that? TNA Management's Jim Cornette, he promised us 5 consecutive weeks of main event matchups to determine who's in the King of the Mountain match at Slammiversary in Nashville, Tennessee. And what better way to start it off than Rhino and Kurt Angle?
Think about the mindset right now of the Olympic gold medalist. He comes into tonight feeling he's the TNA champion, feeling he's the world champion. And now he's fighting for his life as he's got Rhino Award, the War Machine, who's looking at it like this. He's got an opportunity that he didn't think he would have coming into Impact tonight. Oh, you gotta wonder if Kurt Angle's gonna be able to shake that off and focus on what's at hand.
Listen up, Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. Tickets go on sale this Saturday for that Slammiversary pay-per-view event in Nashville. You can get those tickets Saturday at the Municipal Auditorium box office, as well as all Ticketmaster outlets. Check out Ticketmaster.com on the internet, and don't forget to be at the Auditorium box office Saturday from 10 to 12. It's going to be Jeff Jarrett, Eric Young, many of the other TNA stars. Your chance to go up close and personal with the stars of TNA.
Oh yes, come on down to Municipal Auditorium from 10 to 12, and you'll see Jeff Jarrett, Mitch Brooks, Eric Young, James Storm, myself, and others as we're getting ready for our 5-year anniversary, Slammiversary.
And it's time to determine who's going to be the first of the 5 competitors, yes, in that King of the Mountain match at the Slammiversary pay-per-view event. Is it going to be Kurt Angle, or is it going to be Rhino and Don? One of the other interesting aspects is the loser of this match, you can count them out, they're not going to be involved at all. So both men definitely having a high-stakes, high-profile main event tonight on Impact.
Keep in mind, Rhino once held that World Championship. Rhino's been thinking about it. You know he has. Want to get back, all of a sudden, he's got new life. He's got a chance to get it. But Kurt Angle finding some momentum as he fights back with the War Machine.
Yeah, with the counter by Rhino, shooting Angle off, and watch the pure, raw power and strength as he takes him up to his shoulders and TKOs him right down to the canvas. Pin attempt, but he barely got a 1 count on Angle.
Well, that's Angle sending a message, I think, to the War Machine. And oh, look at that! He goes right into the ankle lock, but Rhino fights it off and moves really quick. Great defense. Oh, wow!
Yeah, not only the reversal, then the power move and a 2 count.
The War Machine right now setting up, wanting to get the gore in place. As Kurt Angle, this could end it. He started today, the champ.
He's got him in his sights.
Oh, he gets out of the way just in time.
Angle sidesteps him and then takes him overhead with the released German suplex.
Oh, but Kurt Angle's hurt. He can't get up right now to get the pin.
Oh, we're getting word that we need to take a commercial break. When we return to Impact, yes, more of Kurt Angle and Rhino. We're going to find out who goes to King of the Mountain. Welcome back, everyone. Impact main event matchup. The War Machine Rhino on the receiving end of a very snug side headlock from the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. In terms of the future of both of these individuals' careers, Don West, it's hanging in the balance tonight on Impact.
Win, and you're automatically in the King of the Mountain match at Slammiversary. Lose, you're out. You're out and you don't have a shot at that title. And you can see the War Machine digging down, reaching in, and fighting back.
And how about this? At the conclusion of this matchup, Jim Cornette will announce the 2 men, yes, who will be competing next week on Impact in the second qualifying matchup.
Nice shoulder block there by Rhino as he takes the breath right out of him. And then he suplexes him too. Oh, but Kurt Angle able to kick out.
Rhino so close there to gaining the victory. And you're right, Don. Not only Rhino advancing, but could you imagine eliminating Kurt Angle here in the first week? Spine buster, took him up high angle, dropped him down, pin, 2, no!
And the new blood right there. Rhino is absolutely manhandling the the Olympic gold medalist. It's been unbelievable. Like I said, it's a mindset. Right now, Kurt Angle, I don't think, realizes how in jeopardy he is. As you can see, Rhino feeling it, knowing that he might get that incredible shot at Slammiversary for the World Championship.
Remember those magic words that Jim Cornette uttered earlier in this broadcast, that we're going to allow some individuals here in TNA to break through the glass ceiling, and what a chance this is for the War Machine. Oh! Superplex off the top. He took Angle from the top rope and back first down to the canvas.
You can see Rhino going for it. Got it! No! Kurt Angle just got the shoulder up in time, and I mean by a split second.
Just that close. Rhino was to victory and advancing to that King of the Mountain matchup in Nashville, Tennessee at Slammiversary. Angle to his feet. You can see that Rhino's ready for him. Went for the belly-to-belly. Quick reversal, and there's the German by Angle.
Anything that Kurt Angle can do to stop that momentum, he's got to do. And that's what he did right there. He saw an opening, grabbed him, gave him a quick German suplex, and you can see that it stunned the War Machine. But now, what does Kurt Angle have left in the tank? And it looks like he's got plenty.
Straps down. Angle fires up. He's waiting for Rhino. The second he gets to his feet, Angle attacks. Boot to the midsection. Went for the Olympic slam. Rhino lands on his feet and then connects with the belly-to-belly.
Every time Kurt Angle starts to get a little momentum, the War Machine gets more, and he's setting up again, and he goes for the core, but Kurt Angle hits it with the boot.
Perfectly placed kick, and then the Olympic slam by Angle. 1, 2, get it!
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, advancing to the King of the Mountain match at Slammiversary, Kurt Angle!
He's the first of our 5 qualifiers. The Olympic gold medalist, yes, he has done it. Kurt Angle victorious. We're going to find out which 2 wrestlers will square up next week on Impact. To the back, Leticia and Jim Cornette.
Jim, you called me in here because you have an important announcement to make about next week's King of the Mountain qualifying match.
That's right. If you think Kurt Angle and Rhino was something, wait till next week right here on Impact. Another qualifying match. It's going to be Sting versus Samoa Joe. Come in.
Jimbo, kill him next. Next week, we want Team 3D in the ring.
The Steiner Brothers and Team 3D, same place, same time. I smell money. You got it. I guarantee it. Next week.
Sorry.
Adrenaline rush now. Adrenaline rush now. Adrenaline rush now.